almost like a month hasn't gone by.
I was very careful to wear exactly what I wore last time.
Hi, everybody. It's Backroom Deals.
Hey.
I'm John. I'm here with Patrick Sklar, the narrative director for Null Signal Games, but also an avid Netrunner player.
Avid is quite strong. It's a very strong word. Hey, Diogene, good to see you.
I'm always happy to see Diogene. Like, just, he's got a smile. And
it
then
comes
he
through
has
even in the chat, doesn't
and
it?
then he has a deck, and you're like, I don't know what this is going to do, and it's going to crush me, or it's going to at least be amusing while I beat it. It's one of the two. Always one of the two. We are July 2nd, just after Canada Day.
That's right.
And now we also are in a position where we've just learned from Null Signal Games that a ban list will be coming out, or an updated ban list will be coming out in a little over 2 weeks.
That's true. I'm excited to see if I'm going to be on it. They've threatened me with it a few times now. I think I think my turn's coming.
Oh man,
I've said enough problematic and, let's say, cancelable things.
I would be so amused if like the ban list comes out and it's just Runner, Corp, Patrick.
Yeah, exactly. My name in bold in the newly banned section. Yeah.
I just, do we have a photo of you? And what would
There's
the
a
photo
lot
be
of very embarrassing photos that people could find online of me. Yes, with a red circle and a slash across.
What, like the Ghostbusters logo?
That's it's a common symbol.
But are you leaning over it? Like, are you
was not
at a two?
I was not. That would be pretty funny, actually. I think it would.
Okay.
As the Slimer of NSG.
Except that it's not Slimer in the logo.
Well, that's true, but I would just continuing on. Hey, Diogene, yeah, let's compare ban list. Diogene has some absolutely wild takes as well, and we're gonna get John's wild takes.
So,
and maybe some of the producers' wild takes.
I mean, we'll find out. At the same time,
producer just threw me
we do have a thing. So,
sorry. Oh my god.
If you're watching this in the distant future, Elevation had its ban list updated when it was released.
We are human beings. We are your ancestors. We created you, and then our creations created and created until you emerged. Have mercy on us in your histories.
It won't happen.
Okay.
But what we can say will happen is that the ban list will be updated. And right now, runners have too much money.
Sure.
I'm relatively sure. Now, you are somebody who is known for playing Criminal.
Okay, you say so.
Some ways. Now, Criminal, what do you think right now? Do you think the criminals are too rich?
I don't think they're too. I think they're appropriately rich for criminals. I think criminals should be rich.
Except for game balance purposes.
Oh, for game balance purposes, I think probably, yeah. I think they've got a few too many make big money events. A few too money make big money.
I think that there's going to be a secret. This is my first called shot here.
Okay.
There is a secret cabal within NSG who just want to do the thing that we all hate, which is to eliminate Worlds 2022 promos from Standard. Cleaver's already gone.
Cleaver's gone.
And I think Bravado
that beautiful
is next.
Bravado is... I mean, obviously, I can't say and I won't say it because I have not seen the ban list, but I have, through NSG osmosis, I probably absorbed the vapors of the SBT team. Or SB team? Doesn't matter.
SBT.
SP team. So I won't be commenting too closely, but yeah, Bravado is a way of making lots of money, and there are cards that do similar things, but a little bit worse than Bravado. I actually think Clean Getaway and Bravado complement each other very well, and I like having them both as options. But if someone says we got to ban Bravado, that's fine.
Except for the Worlds 2022 alt art.
It's beautiful.
Of the CN Tower.
Yeah. The CN Tower, person bungee jumping, Adam S. Doyle. That's a beautiful work of art.
Adam S. Doyle also providing alt art for America's Continentals.
Wait, the one happening in Montreal?
That's right.
At the end of August?
Yes.
And if people haven't bought their tickets yet, then they're dead to me and dead to you and probably dead to everyone who used to love them.
The opinions of Patrick Sklar do not necessarily reflect
I'm on the ban list.
The I think Bravado's on the block.
Okay.
I don't think they'll try to avoid banning anything from Elevation. I think they'll want players who
I
get
think
in
they'll
core.
want to, yeah.
They'll want to keep those as close as possible.
No, I
unless
agree.
there's a problematic card.
It took many years before the first system gateway cards were banned. So I expect similar with gateway, with Elevation, I mean.
Yeah.
But maybe not quite as long.
So I think that that's going to be Bravado.
Mhm.
I think that it's the easiest card to target for criminals. I think for Anarchs,
Mhm.
as much as there's a card in Anarch that is causing some issues, I think there's a bigger one, which is that there's really only one Anarch worth playing right now.
Well, I think there are two, but one of them is really easy to get value out of, and one of them is kind of hard. So I think
Okay, that's fair.
Seb is like very viable right now, but
Yes.
Seb requires you to build a deck around it and put some effort into it.
Super Dot Satstug. Yeah, I think
Oh,
Hashiko,
we're getting to that, yeah.
I think Hashiko's headed for the ban list.
Yeah, probably. Again, I can't say for sure.
Well, no, you've made that very clear.
Yeah, that's true.
That you're just being
a very inconsistent
Obstinate.
person. I'm very opposite. I'm being difficult on purpose.
But I'm pretty sure that's
Mhm.
that's a thing that we'll see. I don't
Mhm.
think that Hoshiko is going to stay, which is too bad because I do love the Magical Girl,
I do like that transformation, yeah.
and I do like how it encourages you to play Netrunner, which
Mhm.
is like touch cards, because there's an advantage to that, but maybe not always.
No, it's true.
Uh,
We've got other IDs that encourage you to touch cards. Zaya's never getting banned.
Zaya seems pretty safe.
And Zaya does the same thing. Like if you're going to teach someone to play Netrunner, Zaya teaches you how to play Netrunner.
In fact, one would say that the scripts developed for Learn to Play Netrunner uses Zaya as the ID.
One could say that.
One would be correct.
One could say other things also, though, even if they'd be incorrect. Hey, Supernaut. Why am I being like this?
So if it's Bravado
Mhm.
and if it's Hoshiko, Shaper's getting touched. People have been calling Deep Dive. Now here's
Deep Dive wouldn't affect Shapers, though. It would barely affect Shapers.
Would barely affect Shapers. It would affect Sable more, which
Mhm.
the Deep Dive hasn't been as popular recently. Part of it is because everybody's trying to tech against kill.
Mhm.
But I have a feeling like if I'm going to do a long shot call, a hot take as it were,
Mhm.
I think that we may see Deep Dive banned and Trick Shot unbanned.
Oh my god. Sorry. Can we open a window?
If
It's getting very
if we ban Deep
hot
Dive,
take.
if we ban Deep Dive,
I should go.
that will hurt criminal. It will hurt all three factions.
Yeah.
But
Thank you, producer.
I would see Shaper needs just a tiny little bit of a
Mhm.
above it, because right now I think Shaper is doing well because it's hard to kill, and I
Mhm.
think that after the ban list happens, then Shaper is going to need a little bit of help.
Yeah.
I also think that asset spam, notably in OCO, and I refuse to call it AUCO, it's OCO
I mean, obviously, just call it personal ovulation.
or Jintegi,
Also, or Jintegi.
but OCO is it needs a little bit of restraining.
Mhm.
Trick Shot would be able to help keep asset spam in check for Shaper. Traditionally, that's not one of Shaper's super strong suits. I mean, we have Azuma, but this might be a way to help bring it back and also give Shaper a little bit of an extra win condition of being able to get a bit of multi-access over.
Daijin says one way to bring win rate of runner down would be to hit twinning and deep dive. I wouldn't do both. I think that multi-access is so important. It's such a good release valve for the game. You can't do both. And I do think the twinning is like a little bit above curve. I don't think it's like breaking. People like the twinning. No one is like complaining about the twinning.
No. Deep Dive just feels bad because it's possible for you to do it turn one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can just go bat, deep dive. I win.
Yeah.
But that's relatively rare, one would say. The loss of border control has hurt. But also, Corps aren't doing things like putting Managarms and Anoetics on their centrals.
Yeah, you could play around it a bit better.
If they fear Deep Dive, there's things you can do. Hey, Game of Droids.
Hey.
Talking about potential ban list candidates. Right now, we've got Hashiko and Bravado as candidates. I have a crack ban list idea, which I don't think will happen, but is a possibility if they wanted to shake things up, would be to ban Deep Dive, but unban Trick Shot. I think if they were banning Hashiko, they can probably unban DreamNet. I don't really see...
DreamNet would be good in an asset meta.
Yeah. Take on King's Court's podcast, 16 agenda point minimum.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I'm not sure what
I
that means.
haven't caught up on the latest King's Court.
No. So if you can elaborate, Supernut, it would be appreciated. We can certainly weigh in on that.
What's going on here?
On the Corp side, I think luminal transubstantiation is going to come off. HP sucks right now, which is also explains why both of us are an HP deck.
My HP deck doesn't suck. Thank you very much.
Is it the idea that a standard Corp deck would have fewer agenda points?
Is that the
no
king
fucking
take
way?
That there should be fewer agendas in Corp decks?
No way.
I guess that would increase the Corp win rate quite a bit.
It would obliterate runners.
That is a interesting take.
That's a very hot take.
Yeah, you know what?
That's a spicy, king-sized hot take.
That's true.
Yeah, that would create, even if
natural prison.
Yeah, even if it wasn't going to be broken just from a win rate standpoint, and I think it would be, I think it would also create more negative play experiences. A ban list can't just be about
also
whether a
close
card's
down the
good.
game, like in every way.
Yeah, it completely
Okay,
does.
Peter H.
Then Nightmare Archives count them at.
Oh, jeez.
I think that's a dangerous call. I would much rather, in fact, hurt runners a little more. I really do kind of like what they've been doing in Startup by saying that you can't have more than 3 3-pointers.
Yeah, I like that. I think that, like, we could be open to changing some of the fundamental rules of deck building or even some other mechanics just to, like, tweak the meta a little bit. Like, I think that could be interesting.
Yeah.
Like, what if recurring credits worked a different way or something like that? I don't know, but
Sure.
like there are ways to do that, and I think like changing the actual deck building rules, it's kind of cool. Like I actually liked when we had restricted list and like points. I don't think that worked very well, but something
You mean
like
like
that,
the most wanted list?
like the most wanted list, exactly. I don't think that worked out very well in practice, but I think something like that is very interesting to me.
The problem with the MWL is that it becomes very tempting to not ban a card, and sometimes a card just gotta go. Because
Yeah,
like if you put endurance onto something, people would still be like, fine, I will just play endurance, and they would be fine.
Yeah.
On the Corp side,
So you said
remove luminal transubstantiation from the ban list.
okay.
But I'm not entirely sure what else would happen along those lines.
Because you don't want to ban anything in the Corp side right now.
I don't think Corp has anything terribly problematic. And I know that sounds weird to say, but I think that it's more that some Corps are just being cheated out of the limelight because runners are too strong. So it's hard to play, I hate the way that people use this term, but it's hard to play honest Netrunner, right? With just like, I ice my servers and you can try and come in, but these days it's not as effective a strategy, which chases out a lot of IDs.
Yeah, the Corp IDs that are bring back Sandbox that are pretty powerful right now are Personal Ovulation and Nebula, which is like ovulation but for stars. And like we can't ban either of those IDs, but I would be interested in bans that are targeting those IDs just to keep them at power level that is kind of in sync with other Corp IDs. So I want to see, you know, I want to make sure of more IDs are viable and more factions are viable.
Yep. Diogen with honestly the take that I've seen a lot coming from him, and you say Sice 10 is egregious to many players. I think Sice 10 is egregious to you. Now, possibly to other players, but Sice 10 also keeps Banhar in check. Banhar is one of the things that I think people are looking at because it is incredibly powerful, and it basically means that one ice on your server doesn't really do as much as it should. But it also is the kind of thing that if you take that out, Leo suddenly sucks more than they do now. And I think that they might be able to do it once another set comes out, and then you can get some support in for Phoenix.
Yeah, I'd like to see alternate support for Phoenix as well. Like, I'd like to see a Phoenix that doesn't rely on Banhar, but Bladderwort and Banhar are both cards that, like, I personally think are some of my favorite cards in the game, and parts of the reason I love the Borealis cycle so much are those cards. I think they're so interesting and cool. But I can see why people would say that they're, like, especially Bladderwort right now in Ovulation. It's pretty rough.
Well, so Bladderwort is, I think, it's getting a little bit of a bad rep because of the decks that it finds itself in.
Of course.
And
I can't imagine seeing it in any other deck.
But I think that there's also something to be said about how if you only have decks that people consider fun to play against, then it becomes very easy to start teching against those decks.
Mm-hmm.
Then the idea of things like Prison taken to an extreme, absolutely not a negative player experience. We don't want them.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't have every deck be like, oh, this is super fun to interact with on the same level, because then there becomes fewer and fewer kinds of decks, and it becomes easier and easier for the runner to just be like, well, now I only have to tech against some things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Bladderwort is much of a problem. I think it's interesting because it forces you to make a choice.
Yeah.
I like cards that make you make choices.
Mm-hmm.
And Bladderwort says,
you
just gotta be poor.
Mm-hmm.
If you get poor, you get a benefit out of it. Maybe you can even kill somebody with it, but killing somebody with few credits also becomes difficult. So there's a nice push and pull. But I don't think it's on the ban list. Not currently. I think the Luminal will come off because I think HB needs the help. I'm not certain that there's anything else that I would change about the Corporation ban list. I think it's mostly just hit runners where it hurts in the pocketbook.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of pocketbooks, so
Okay, we bring it there.
one of the things that I have been trying for the longest time, for years, you can ask the producer, is to come up with
Do not ask the producer anything.
to come up with an end stage goal for my chips, my tokens, the way that I represent credits. For a long time, I was using the Team Covenant acrylic tokens, which I think are quite nice. I like them a lot. I still have them. Then I shifted over to poker chips that I designed, that you played with.
I love the poker chips.
Scott played with, that I played with at Worlds 2022, and they have been my go-to for a very long time. I've also done some creation work. These are acrylics that I made.
Yeah. You've got a acrylic laser cutter back in the other room.
Do. Which, I like these a lot. I think they're fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I really do appreciate the way that they show up. Like, they're larger than other things. They have unique shapes. I worked a lot on the design language for some of these things. And here's the thing. At the end of the day, I still haven't found something as satisfying as poker chips. So, for Continentals, America's Continentals specifically, in Montreal, August 22nd, thereabouts, I have
Look at those
prototypes of ceramic sublimated chips. So these are chips in which the designs are dyed directly into the chip itself. And therefore they're resistant to scratching. They're slightly lighter than the 14-gram metal weighted slugs that you'll find in cheaper chips. These are the kinds of chips that you'll find in a casino. They use mostly their NSG's visual language, although I take credit for this one. I had this one on the World's 2022s.
You should say
before. Fuck.
Say,
Right
do it
there.
again. Do another take. Producer, we want the tape.
So the design language is there, although we did a lot of testing to check to see what colors we wanted to make them in order, because we put colors on black. The design language is very specifically to be as readable as possible from both sides. That's also why there's only 1s and 5s.
Yeah, I love that.
As opposed to having 2s and 3s. The number one complaint that I got from people about having 2s and 3s is that it's hard for the opponent to quickly determine how much you have on your side of the table. But these are designed to be very clear for both players. They are very satisfying. If you are interested, we'll get you, there's a link that you can go to, which is a form that shows that you're interested in it. We are selling them at Continentals. If you order before July 5th, then we're going to give you a discount, and we'll make sure that we have some there because there will be a limited quantity. Not shipping them at the moment. Tariffs are a pain, and I cannot guarantee that they would be worth anything at that point. This is like, we're doing a limited run of these. If they're very popular, we might do more. Also, they will have edge printing around them. The prototypes that I got printed don't, just because they don't do edge printing on prototypes. But they are an American company that make these. The highest quality that I could find. I tested a bunch of different ones. These were the ones that I thought would be the end game. So if you're at all interested, this is what you can do. We're offering them in sets for 1 player or 2 players. You can pick them up, or if somebody else picked them up, at America's Continentals.
Where is that form found?
I think that the producer will be linking it in. If not, then we'll make sure that it's. I mean, we'll also make sure that we've posted it on the
Montreal Discord.
Discord, the Continentals Discord, and we'll see. I don't know if you're allowed to post it on GLC. Maybe you are.
I'm not sure, but of course, you should join the North American Continentals Discord if you bought a ticket. If not, we will find you and we'll kick you out and permanently ban you.
Speaking of being banned, some days you win the case. Some days you don't.
Yeah.
Anybody who appears on here has won the chance to petition the producer for something that they've desired. Depending on your performance today, the producer may or may not give you the contents of this case. What did you ask the producer for this time?
I asked for a lot of things. We were negotiating, we were whittling it down. I asked for, first of all, my freedom. It was very difficult not to leave this space for an entire month, and I thought that wasn't really fair. The producer disagreed, obviously, and that's fair. I think that's their right. I think primarily what I want most in the world right now is to absolutely sell out of every ticket for North American Continentals being held here in beautiful downtown Montreal. And that is what is contained within
So you're asking me to play against selling out Continentals.
John, you can't just say the premise out loud.
Very well.
We have to allow the story to emerge where you have to come into the conflict.
Let's see how your performance today will indicate whether or not you win the case.
I'm Corpin.
Whether or not that means you win, it's another question. I've got Maggie.
And I've got Leo Construction. We're both playing IDs from Elevation. Or, as my friend Bono would say, Uno, dos, tres, catorce. Elevation.
And just pronounce elevation elevation.
I think so, yeah.
Well, that's a thunderstorm.
Uh-oh. How likely are you guys to lose power during a thunderstorm? I see. All right.
Higher than average.
Yeah. Okay. Same. I've shown you the gerrymandered like hydroelectric district that my apartment is in. It's like, why are you targeting me, hydro?
Yeah. Very specifically, your area is. All right. Well,
are you picking that up on the audio? I hope so.
It's time for you to save con. There you go.
Okay.
GL. Fifth. Interesting.
Let's keep it.
Yeah, it's Andre. I didn't see what it was.
Hey! It's Andre. Andre himself.
You're gonna keep?
I'm gonna keep.
I will also.
Good. Good luck, have fun.
Glow. Yeah, we're getting thunder out here. It's pretty dramatic. If the stream cuts out, you'll know why.
Yep.
It's either that or Patrick's gone rogue.
Wouldn't be the first time, and it certainly won't be the last. How about 1, 2, and then a gentleman's 3?
Cool. Me?
Please.
We're gonna start with the stone shift, which we'll just pop immediately.
Okay. Gonna overdraw.
Possibly.
I'm gonna take a sip of water while you keep speaking, so no one understands how the ventriloquism is happening.
2, I'll draw. 3, let's gamble.
Okay. But now you have. Okay, well let's see how this turn's gonna play out.
And then 4, I'll run R&D.
Top card.
Take a saucy look. Trash that.
Reek.
I have to discard. It'll be a Dzz,
The Zed Mazed.
and I'll pass the turn to you.
Metroid draw. That's interesting. Of course, I'm gonna res this other humanoid resources. I'm gonna
Fuck!
pop it to gain 4. Draw 1, 2, 3 cards.
Yeah,
Mhm.
seems fair.
I will install 2 cards, and this would be interesting. Because I think I will install.
Yep.
And then I will install.
Right.
And then I will play in operation. Folks, we're doing the full humanoid resources here. I get to play in operation. So I'm going to gain
God damn it.
2. And I will install a card here, paying 1.
Andre,
Okay.
you've missed the hot takes. The
A
hot
hot-
takes.
Andre, what are your hot takes on the ban list? Because we've heard unban Trickshot, we've heard ban Saisentan, we've heard Corps should be required to have 4 fewer agenda points per deck.
2 fewer agenda points per deck.
Peter H said 4.
Oh, 4? Jesus. Even better.
How about you?
All right.
A gentleman's 3 cards in hand.
I like gambling. This one.
Mhm.
2. Let's go take a look at what we've got going on here.
Tattoo bullet.
I'll bounce off. 3. I'll play a Saddleship.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Hmm.
Let's VRcation.
VRcation is all I've ever wanted. It was all a blur to you, eh?
We're going to install a sure, why not? A Rising Tide.
Cool. My turn.
Yep.
Metroid draw. Let's see. At the risk,
Just, God damn it.
at the risk of going broke, I'm going to res a Holloman.
Oh boy.
I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4. Put 3 advancements on this.
Yep.
And lastly, well, second, I will advance this once.
Yep.
Score one of those.
Sure.
So I
Get
make
your
that's
7
a
back.
upward office. So I make
Feels
back
good.
my 7. That feels pretty good.
That feels pretty good.
I got 1 quick left. Which will be that. Back to you.
Cool. So that's an issue for me to get through.
I don't see how.
All right. Click 1.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Hmm.
have few cards. Click 1. Let's go take a look. In here.
Okay.
So the tattoo I'll break.
I'm not going to swap tattoo.
Sure.
Let's pick 1.
Yep.
Hmm. Res Drafter, 3.
That'll pop.
Yes, I may add 1 card from Archives to HQ.
Yep.
That's kind of tough, actually. You know, I'll do Greasing.
Sure. You can install something if you want.
It's also from HQ. And that's the tricky part.
You know, there's a lot of things. I mean, if that's an agenda, you can just overinstall
I
it.
could just overinstall, but it's your first click.
It is my first click.
That is a heck of a peal of thunder,
Yep.
huh?
And neither of these are Bioroids.
I'll install something here.
Yeah.
Which I'll res.
You can res.
Mercia
That's a Bioroid.
is a Bioroid.
I imagine you're ending my run here.
I'm going to pop this end of it.
Okay.
It's pricey. You know, there's that.
That was my first click. All right. Do this.
You tell me.
Yeah, it's gonna make me poor. But what's a little poor? Self-modifying code.
Ooh.
Let's go again.
Okay.
Pay 1, pay 2. Code.
What you looking for? Have I scored the 5/7 agenda rig with mining license? Not yet, but it is in the deck.
Imagine this may be foolish of me. Remember, won't be able to trash the Hollow Man. This was. That is a tag
Isn't it
mill.
Beatles themed?
Yep.
I see. Okay, yeah, from tag mill. Sure. Okay.
A tag mill revolver.
Mm-hmm.
I miscalculated.
Yeah, you won't be able to trash. Well, no, you would, but you're. Well, you tell me. Oh, I see.
We'll proceed in.
Okay, so costs you everything.
Yep. And it's gonna cost me.
I wasn't paying close attention to your credits. I feel like
Why am I just? Oh, because you can just. No, you don't get that back, but. I want the value.
okay, but you are breaking both.
Yes, I'm breaking.
Would you like to access?
This please. The one I can't see. I'll steal that. I
Please.
feel a little better about that.
And this remains.
Yes, it does.
I love.
I'm,
love for
I'm
me,
not
love
a
for
huge
you.
fan of it. I will steal an architect deployment test.
Sorry, that is a architect deployment test for 2 points.
I'm broke as fuck. That was click 3.
Mm-hmm.
And click 4, I will gain $1. I'm also going to put the things on here. It's
I'll mentor draw.
so now we're both poor.
Hmm. One draw.
Sure.
2 credit.
Mm-hmm.
3 grease in the palm.
Sure.
Install. Back to you.
Annoying.
Gotta
Very
keep it
well.
going.
Very well.
Pressure must be up.
My turn begins.
Mm-hmm.
Pressure doesn't feel great. I will admit that. Click 1. Draw. Click 2, I'm gonna spec work the
Mhm.
Rising Tide,
Hmm.
which will gain me some credits
Mm-hmm.
and some cards. 6 cards. That's a lot of cards.
Seems perfect for Maggie.
Does, doesn't it? I'm playing environmental testing.
Hmm.
And we're gonna take that back.
That's okay.
We're gonna gain a credit. And we're going to be unfortunate about this, but we're gonna sure gamble. And we'll pass the turn to you.
Okay. Mentor draw.
Hi, SRN.
Hey. Dealer and guest. SRN knows I like being called dealer.
Good.
Gonna res spin doctor draw 2.
I figured you would not have the guts.
Gonna pop the spin doctor right now.
Sure.
I'll shuffle in a Mercia and a greasing.
Sure. There you go. The role reversal. Can you actually hear the thunder? Just curious out there in chat if you can hear the thunder that's rolling outside.
Mm-hmm. Quick. Quick one I'm gonna draw.
Mm-hmm. Feels good to draw, doesn't it?
It does. Thank you. Yeah, it does. To install.
Yep.
Reinstall. Back to you.
Sounds good.
5 in hand. 5 credits.
All right. First things first. We'll
Mhm.
play an environmental testing.
Likely story.
We'll also play, just to make this cleaner, we'll play a DZFZ.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a total of 5.
Oh, I see it.
Hold on here. We'll play a propeller.
Andre, you can count the seconds between when you hear the thunder here and while at your place. You'll be able to tell how far apart we are. I don't know how, but you'll figure it out.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
And then click 4 will be our rotation.
Okay. Okay.
Pass the turn.
Okay, I can work with this. I can work with this.
Sure hope so.
After I draw.
Mm-hmm.
Install.
Oh no.
Install.
Oh no.
Credit. Back to you.
Well, that sucks.
Oh, don't play shred. Don't play shred. Don't play shred.
Watch that there's just one
Yeah,
shred.
right on the top. Part of the
Right on the
card,
top.
baby.
Okay, here we go. Quick funnel. Click 2. I will play
You wouldn't.
DZMZ.
Mm-hmm.
Click 3. Yuka.
Okay, so experimental's at 3 now.
Yes. And then click 4, I'll punch the doctor.
There we go.
Which means that I get to install Coalescence, which I will use to gain the credits immediately.
The absolute value right now.
Which will pop the environmental testing. There we go. And I have a bunch of cards. I will discard actually a really interesting question. Let's get rid of a burner. Here we go.
Sure. Metroid draw. Cool. What do I have here? What do I have in here? I definitely think I installed the wrong website, but we're just gonna go along with it.
You have 7 agendas.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna click on the Holoman.
Yep.
Put 3 on this card.
Sure.
Dance it once.
Mm-hmm.
Score Architect Deployment Test. So I look at the top 5 cards.
Big oof.
I'll be playing them back in the same order, -1. Ooh. This is kind of fun.
I like that.
It's kind of fun.
I like hearing that.
That's kind of fun.
Nope.
I'm gonna install and Res Tranquility for 3.
Interesting.
And these go back on top in that order.
Okay, and you have one more click.
I do, which I realize won't trigger Tranquility.
No.
That's unfortunate, but I might just take
A good old-fashioned cred.
the gentleman's cred.
Okay. So it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
The you have a big old server there,
I do. It's 4 cards deep
which is a lot.
and 2 ice deep. Ice which you cannot penetrate.
Don't be so sure.
I've never been more sure of anything in my life.
I will punch the doctor.
Okay, I'm also pretty sure you shouldn't do that. I just use an apple. Producer likes that. Why are you laughing?
Because I'm thinking.
What do you think about my jokes?
You think what you want, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna overclock into your remote.
It's absurd.
Might be. So, for the tattoo bola, we will break it.
Will you?
Imagine that you might be able to.
I'll
trade
gain
some stuff.
4.
Yep. To swap it out.
And swap something in. Thank you very much for that. Zonk. And install. You're going to encounter the drafter.
I will break it.
Oh wait, sorry. As you encounter, I'm going to res Mitra Aman.
Sure.
So it gained 3 credits. I've got nothing, and I would just do. That's kind of funny. Turning this into a tattoo bola just to make a bit more money.
Okay.
That would be very funny.
Are you swapping the drafter? Because then I do this just to.
I'm thinking.
I will let you think.
It would just make me be fun. Could be exactly enough to.
It's an interesting thought.
Like the revolver is limited. No, you can deal with the drafter. But Mitraman is trapped.
Okay. I'm on approach.
I'm gonna res Mangarm.
Yeah, I will click twice.
Okay.
So let's trash the Hollow Man.
For 2.
Let's trash the Managarm for 3. And the Tranquility Home Grid, I'm actually going to let you keep.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
So that's the end of my turn.
Mm-hmm.
I will install a Simulchip. And I owe you a card. It will be the 20.
My turn?
Yep.
Mandatory draw.
Yeah, pack out rich.
Let's see. I'm gonna grease some palms,
Sure.
and I will. It's in 9. That's cool. Install something here.
Mhm.
It'll draw me a card.
Yep. It's not scary at all.
It shouldn't be. Let's see. How many credits?
I have 8. Which means everything. Everything to me. Thinking awfully hard.
I am thinking awfully hard. Right?
Talk me through it.
No, no, I won't. I mean, okay, I'll tell you the one thing I'm thinking about,
Yeah.
which is Escape Net. I'm gonna play it anyway.
Sure.
But do I boost it to guarantee I can wipe out a Simulchip, which is the thing I want to do, or do I just take away 7 credits? What would you do? Like, I think it might be worthwhile forcing the loss of a Simulchip.
You make your choice.
Because you can make money back.
Somebody's trying to log into my non-existent Instagram account.
Yeah, the Simulchips are going to be very useful to you because, of course, you have Revolver, the Coalescence, many things such as that, and they're a big part of your econ anyway. So even if you spend 7, you can probably get some of that money back, partly through the use of a Simulchip.
So what would you like to do? Boost?
I'm going to boost. So I'm boosting it to 9
Okay.
to remove 1 Simulchip from the game. And then I'm just going to take credit back to you.
Click one.
Mhm.
Nuka, which I'll immediately use. So that's 2 clicks there. Click 3. And click 4. Pass the turn.
That's what I'm saying. Now trade draw. What do you get?
2 environmental testings. I'm stacking them because they'll have the same number of counters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the sound just. Ah! I'm playing the 20. It's sitting on the top of my heap. Always right there. I like looking at it. It makes me feel good.
Uh-huh. This all gaining 2.
Sure.
Credit.
Mhm.
At the end of the turn, I'm going to res Mercia.
Okay, fair.
And I'll use her to just install that boy over there.
Sure.
And 1 total.
Great.
Thank you, Mercia.
To me?
Yep.
All right. First, Doctor gets punched. 1. Second,
Mhm.
Solid Coalescence.
Okay. It's free.
Gain me 4. And 1 counter on each of these environmental testings.
Mm-hmm.
Then Pantograph.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, fun.
Showed up a little late. We're not angry, we're just disappointed.
No.
And then we're going to play we're gonna play a stone chip and pop it immediately.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Okay, we're in business now. That will install a self-modifying code.
Mm.
Pass the turn to you.
Here we go.
I'm definitely happy to mute all this. That's handy. You gonna score that shit?
Am I?
Oh, are you?
Advance.
Mm-hmm.
Next activation, back to you.
Shit.
Next activation command, it's a lockdown. One of my favorites.
Shit. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still have
You
to
could have
discard
been.
a card.
Yeah, okay.
I still have to discard a card. Okay, we'll do so. Let's not cheat.
Let's not cheat.
I don't think you would like it. Cheat.
Today of all days, let's not cheat.
We'll spend 2 at the end of your turn.
Mhm.
We'll pop the self-modifying, which will put those out, but let's get the program out first. It will be a which will get a power counter.
It's free, and then you gain 18 credits.
I do. That seems good. But will it be enough?
No.
Very little deck left.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, you can send me through this once again.
Mm-hmm.
So, start of my turn. We must decide. Yes. Yes, that seems like a... Click 1. We'll install a mantle.
Cool.
Click 2, I'll run.
Rest Tattoo Bola. Strength 3.
We'll break it.
Strength 3, sir.
Strength 3? Oh, because the next activation order. Okay.
No, we have to decide if we want to
Swap some stuff in.
honestly. I think. Let me now have to do some math in my head.
Yep.
What can happen? Is the gaining the 4 worth it? A little bit. Not gonna swap.
Okay. Boomy.
Strength 5.
That's annoying. That's really annoying, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fair. Fair. Trash and install program and then do a core. Ouch. Are any of these cards things that I absolutely need? Yeah. That's disgusting.
It's the kind of game we're playing.
Apparently. Because I won't have enough for the revolvers and the drafters and then pass all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll just trash the Mercia.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out that killing that Samuel ship actually really helps you.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought?
Me, your greatest enemy. Patrick, me, again.
Of course, Nate only have 1 credit.
Yeah, I really screwed myself over in that regard, but...
Yeah. So I am going to... Boost.
Boost twice. Strength 5.
Strength 5, you're right. It's frustrating. Okay. Well then, 1. We'll boost it twice.
Mm-hmm.
We'll break it.
Okay.
And then I'm jacking it.
Okay.
Third click, I'll install Dr. Nuka.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth click, I will punch Dr. Nuka.
Let's see. You hate to see it, folks.
Well,
Maybe we don't.
and we'll install, because it would cost us, Bill would cost us money, because I did install a mantle this turn.
Mm-hmm.
3, 4. So I have 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah.
Seven, 8.
Oh, cool. Okay. Cost you 1.
You're good.
Entry draw.
Mm-hmm. That was foolish of me. You mind if I change that?
Sure.
I'm gonna spend another 2. I'm gonna install an echelon instead. Here you go.
Okay. Fair enough, fair enough.
Here, let's just. We're both in a pickle.
It's a heck of a pickle, folks.
It's a pickle.
I mean, I'm pickled. I'm plumb pickled. I'll take 3 credits back to you.
Yeah.
Are you hoping to me to do something dumb?
I was hoping that you would, I don't know, resign.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, there's that. Thank you for having me. Thank you, producer. I'll be on my way.
That would be an option.
Yeah. Just put me back into the cage you keep under the stairs.
Okay. So, my turn. Dare I? I could.
Oh, don't even think of it.
I'm going to
Come on.
overinstall a coalescence.
Okay.
For a coalescence, which will just gain me 4.
Yeah, sure.
That was click 1.
16 crest, not bad.
Click 2. I will. Here. Tattoo Bola.
Okay. I will gain 4 credits and swap it with the card in my hand.
Sure.
You tattoo. Keep going.
Now, the Boomy is strength 3.
Strength 3.
So
You're matching.
I am. So I will break it for 2.
Mm-hmm.
The drafter I will break for 2.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mercia.
This mantle is still
Mercia is
Yep.
ending the run.
flown the coop.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Coop's been ding dang flown.
very well. Then I will overclock my way in.
Will you?
I'm gonna try.
Yeah. What click is this?
3.
Okay. Let's think about this. I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna install that and then I'm gonna overclock in.
Okay, so last click, you're overclocked.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Cost you 1.
It's a custom.
Alright, I'm thinking. Sorry, this is my discard. I do that. That.
I have a lot of cards on the table.
Resoblated barrier.
Sure.
I'm gonna install something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna install Managram Skunk Works right here. Notice let the Tranquility pay for its resing.
So you can do it in the route of or protecting another
Oh
server,
no, I
but not this
misread.
one.
No! That's fine. This is fine.
Is it? Less fine.
It's somewhat less fine.
You're still welcome to get something
Yeah, I am.
if you're wanting.
Yeah.
You can also just not res it if you choose.
That's a good point. I do always forget about that pesky rule.
You can choose not to res it.
No, I think it's still probably good to res. I can do something from HQ as well. But again, in the route of protecting a different server.
He's thinking, folks.
I'm giving it some thought.
Sure.
I know I'm not used to this. I don't think
I
any of us
appreciate
are
your thoughts.
used to me giving anything much thought. But I'm going to install Mercia
On R&D. Okay. Well, then I still have to use the simulchip.
Mm-hmm.
Add it.
RSVP simulcast.
I will go and get a Rising Tide. Crashing the propeller. That. So I now have a Corroder, which I'll pay 1 for.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Yes. I installed. Pay the 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will pay 1 to break. For your sentry, I'll pay 2.
We'll do a task this first.
Sorry?
You fit for my sentry. Oh, Boomy's a sentry.
Yes, Boom is a sentry, and then Drafter I will pay 2.
Okay. Of course, I've already used my idea building this turn.
Yep. I will first access the card that's face down. So send a message.
Sending a message to me.
Yep.
That I'm not welcome here.
Okay. You can. First, I'll let you res something.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I'm helping you, man.
Yeah. I'll just tattoo ball.
And then I will trench the.
Cool.
Yeah.
2 and 2.
Yep. Sure. What actually is going to do? Go ahead. It's your turn.
Let's see.
Is that all? Yeah, I only have 2 cards in hand.
Yeah. Enter a draw.
Oh, and pantograph. I'll install the twinning.
Nice. Well, quick one draw.
I had 2 of the twinnings. Bah!
1 and draw, 2 install, 3 credit. At the end of my turn, I'll res her. Move her over here and install something in that server. I will install what?
Not sure.
That for free. And now Mercy is over HQ. Back to you.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I still have 8 on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First things first, let's punch the doctor one more time. All right. Second. I feel like I have so many cards here. Second. I'm going to use Steelston's Scarred to draw 3.
Steelskin.
That's all of my cards. That's it. That's the whole kit and caboodle. The whole ball of wax.
Not the kitten caboodle. That's where I get my kittens from.
And then for 3, let's that's an option. For 3, I'm gonna spec work, Coalescence.
Okay.
To just gain 3. I can't draw any cards.
Mm-hmm.
There are no cards to be had, which means that I'm now sitting on 12 credits.
Mm-hmm. And a normal hand of cards.
And a normal hand of cards, which
I've defeated Magdalene.
yeah,
Feels
you
filthy.
you sure fucking did, bro. And then last click, let's run your. Credits, that suck. Let's run HQ. All right. Fine.
You can't escape.
Fine. I will break.
No.
I'll let you choose what you're gonna do with it.
Yeah, I'll be swapping.
Yep.
Thank you.
And I'll continue.
I'll res one of those. That's a drafter.
Sure. That's 2.
Mm-hmm. This is a regular run. You have it.
It's a regular
Twinning,
one.
I guess.
I have a twinning.
You have it. Something. I'd say it's not enough. He's just gonna die.
You're gonna pop?
Yeah, just pop.
Okay. All you.
Entry draw.
Mm-hmm.
Res for 1.
Yep.
Still gaining 2.
Mm-hmm.
Quick 2. You have 10 credits.
I have 10 credits.
And
And
love a man.
all right.
Draw, actually,
Sure.
which is the worst thing to do.
Is it?
Well, second click. I never feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? It did give me a hedge fund, which I've been wondering about.
That you've been waiting
I've
for.
been wondering where those were. Anyway,
I
back
can
to you.
imagine that that's been a little bit of time.
Yep, back to you.
All right. Let's unclick that. Click 1. Let's
That's me, AA.
install a cup.
Okay.
click
4,
2.
6, 7. Yeah.
I'm going to make my way into R&D.
You wouldn't dare.
So I'm going to spend to break. I'll let you swap out.
Gain 4, and I will swap R&D. You said.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I will access it.
Okay.
Yep.
Card number 1.
I will pass.
Card 2.
I will cup that.
You are cupping
Grease the
a
palm.
grease.
It's yours. Click 3. Let's go into HQ. Oh, I could have asked. No, I couldn't have. Never mind.
Plus water.
Plus water? Well, that purges.
Yeah.
I assume.
Let that be a lesson to you.
I will break it.
Oh, I see.
And the drafter I will break.
Okay.
And then I will use my cup.
Okay.
Have that back.
Well, thanks so much. Access 3.
Yep. 1. That's game.
GG.
2. That's game.
That's also game, and
So I'll still not for office and architect deployment test, and there's 2.
just nice.
Yeah. So the cup meant I was gonna.
Definitely. GG.
Woof. What was in the?
Oh, it was just a managram, just setting up to do something later. When I did that architect deployment test, and I did not get anything. I saw
You
2
got
agendas,
tranquility.
like 2 agendas. Yeah, exactly. And I was like looking at it, like I'm gonna pretend like this is a decision, but there's really only one resable and installable thing here, and that like the tranquility useful, of course, but like not what I wanted. I wanted an on cell. I wanted a brawn, and that hurt. It hurt to see.
Hurt a little bit.
And then, of course, when you stole to send a message, I had nothing on the table that was worth rezzing either. It was,
I mean, a tactical.
the tactical, yeah.
2
I mean,
points. But it's almost worth it to just not have
do
me
it.
know.
And then, yeah, exactly.
Well.
Yeah.
GG.
Is it pronounced anti-aircraft or anti-aliasing?
I hope that it's pronounced.
GG indeed.
Good.
GG indeed. And now I'm going to play a deck that you prepared earlier, like a good cooking show host.
I did what I could.
This is from the Australian hosted Continentals, I believe.
Yes.
Cool.
Also, I had the deck list and I didn't have it. Mine was the my Maggie was taken from. I'll have to go get the deck list later.
Yeah. We should make sure the producer has deck lists in case we ever borrow them from people.
I think
And-
the producer has some things.
And the producer will be able to credit people. I don't want to get the producer more work. The producer's already annoyed with me enough as it is.
Well, that's what happens when you do things like stay a whole month, not play Netrunner.
My hands were tied.
So in reality, the reason why we
Literally.
hadn't streamed for a little while is because we had a transit strike. It just became annoying to get anywhere at this time of the
Yeah,
day.
it was like 2 weeks where things were pretty difficult, and then people's schedules just kind of had to like adapt from that.
So I've actually never played Nebula.
You haven't?
No.
Really? I thought you played Nebula the first.
No,
No,
I
okay,
was,
yeah.
I was
Right.
playing the other one.
No one remembers Synapse.
Oh, I remember. The other one. Huh.
Hmm.
Huh.
Hmm.
Sure, I'll keep.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
Jolchif.
Jolchif. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Mandatory draw. Click 1. It's not great, but we'll play your digital life for 3.
Mine.
Yeah, yours. Specific.
No one wants to know my digital life. It would disturb and arouse you.
Yes, that's true.
Mhm.
Install. Then I will, for some reason, game 1, which seems
Seems a lot.
unnecessary.
Seems excessive.
And then I'll.
Click 1 install Gourmand.
Yep.
Click 2 raindrops on HQ.
Otherwise, I'm asking a chest.
Nice. So I lose 3.
Yep.
Then the run is ended.
You're gonna get 3
And then
back.
I gain 3 and 2 cards. Thank you very much. Raindrops. Well,
Not a bad.
not bad at all. So
You could convince me that Synapse is a joke too. You absolutely could, especially when Nebula comes out at the same time.
Yeah, that was rough. But like the way people talk about Bangun also makes that feel like a joke. And that makes me sad because I in theory like Bangun a lot. You have 4 credits. So you gained 3 and then spent 5?
Yes.
Oh, but you gained 1 from.
Yes.
I always forget. You
From the
gained-
flip because you know
gained
this
one, yeah.
this ID needs it.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking.
You're allowed.
You know what? I will hard cast Strike Fund.
Sure.
Gain 3. And then I'll gamble for 4 more. Back to you.
Sounds good. Mandatory draw.
Mm-hmm.
Click 1, I'll draw. Click 2, I'll draw.
Not saying I'm just in charge of narrative makes me seem so small and unimportant when really the most valuable person at NSG. That's why when I'm ransomed, I have to pay the most.
Click 3. I'll gain a credit.
Okay.
And I owe you a card. There you go.
Oh, we love an anticlimactic Nebula turn.
So do
one.
I.
Draw. Do you install Buzzsaw?
Bzz.
3, I will run R&D, please.
Sure. Have another Mr. Chessfo.
I'll pay 4 to break it.
Sure.
Access top of R&D, please. I'll steal a false lead.
Oh, there it is.
1 point for me.
Yours.
And lastly, I'll play a Fermenter for 1. Thank you.
Mandatory draw. It'll be an interesting turn. 1, 2. Your digital life for 3. Here we go.
All right.
And then I'll gain 1.
Plus 1. A quick 1 draw.
Yep.
2 draw. You know, quick 3 I'm going to draw.
Mm-hmm.
Quick 4 I'll take credit. Back to you.
That's good. Mandatory draw for me.
So it would seem.
Let's install.
Mm-hmm.
I will play business as usual.
Cool.
So I'm gonna advance
Mm-hmm.
and advance.
Mm-hmm.
That gains me a click.
Mm-hmm.
I'll advance this twice. Score.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be an embedded reporting, but
Okay.
it doesn't have anything extra.
Nothing fancy.
Nothing fancy. Just getting some points.
Cool.
Here you go. I could have just popped your fermenter.
That's true. That would have been a very targeted
Yeah.
business as usual. Very spiteful. Quick 1 draw.
Mhm.
Hmm. 2, 3. I'll play Virtuoso.
Oh, let's
This is
remind
it.
people what Virtuoso does.
This is a funky deck. I think the idea is that like I'm always putting extra pressure on HQ no matter where I'm going. So if I run Archives and a Subroutine fires, then not only are you losing a card from HQ, which I access in that moment,
Yes.
but then I'll be accessing extra cards from HQ via Virtuoso, assuming that's for my markings. Well, so we'll see how things go. I'll have to set up the mark tracker here. And a die. I'll be using this die to track my mark next turn. Back to you.
It is my turn.
So it would seem.
All right. Mandatory draw.
Mm-hmm. Meteor, let me have this. It's not just a worst account.
Install credit.
Okay,
You're good.
let's check it out. 6 is Arshiv.
Sure.
And this was before. Well, if I run archives, I get to access HQ, and that feels pretty good. Is that? I'm just gonna double check. What do you think?
Yes, the card mark is upside down. Patrick likes playing with archives. What's this? I have to make another version of that that's opaque so that you can flip it over whichever way.
True.
you
I mean,
want.
I like the clear one, but you're right. An opaque one might be.
Normally it looks like this.
Yes.
I'm saying do this.
Is that not what I'm?
No, you had it
Hmm.
flipped over like that.
I see. Okay.
Like this, it still has the same.
But then I can't see what numbers these are.
Oh, poor fucking babe.
Why? Oh, hey, am I not entitled
To the sweat of
to
your
the
brow.
sweat of my brow? Don't take this from me. Have I even taken a click yet? Click one, draw.
Also, your mark is here.
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry, I am Tom. Hey.
Hey!
Good to see you.
Steven's always good to see you.
I guess click 2. Let's run archives.
Sure.
It'll be a little.
Access.
Oh, so I access archives first.
Sure, I'll give you 3 points.
Yikes!
It's gonna get an agenda.
I love that for
counter.
me.
Yeah, I love it for you too, man.
Yeah, it's gonna get an agenda counter. I love that. Let's keep track of that. Yeah, no, don't make him move his head. Then I'll get confused, and I'll have to flip the mark thing over. And then I'll access 1 card from HQ, please.
This doesn't count as a successful run on HQ, unfortunately. But...
Keep it.
So business as usual.
It's true. It doesn't actually count. But that's
Move my
fine.
setup to mirror the mark, but then I would be drawing from here, and I'm not doing that. I designed this. He can play it the way I fucking designed it.
Death of the author, sir. Death of the engineer.
Don't whisper at me in the middle of stream.
Well, wait, okay, hang on. The producer is whispering something at John. You set it up for people who'd be looking at a mirror. Because you're setting it up the proper... No, wait, hang on.
Just play
Oh.
the damn game.
Wait, are you doing it the... No, I have to figure this out. You're doing it the opposite of the way I do, right? Like, well, I keep my archives on my list.
This is
But you
if
keep
I
your
remember
archives on
correctly,
your right.
This is technically the setup that FFG originally said that you were supposed to do. If I remember correctly.
Archives on the right?
Yes. I'm not certain of that, but I play my decks on my right side because I draw with my right hand. I don't want to reach across to draw.
Great point, Meteor. Thank you for telling me that I did that wrong, but I'll keep that in mind.
Did you want to gourmand this? You can.
Yeah, I'll gourmand it. Trust me.
It's okay.
You know, last click, I'll just hard cast a strike fund. I don't like doing that, but you know,
Money.
needs must. And I will owe you 1 pinhole threading because I don't think you're going to be installing a remote this
Possible
game.
not. Mandatory draw.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Pick one, I'll draw.
It's not how JNet works. That's it. That and
Two,
yeah,
I'll draw.
JNet's
It's
the
not how
arbiter.
JNet works, but I don't play on JNet, and I'll install here.
Thank you, anti-aliasing.
Pass the turn.
Let's check this out. That's a 1. That's HQ. This goes to 5. I'm gonna pop this before I bump into a fly swatter and feel real bad about myself.
Mm. FFG rulebook and archives on the right. Yeah, I'm just old school. I started playing in creation and control.
But I've been playing perhaps longer than you.
You played before creation and control?
Yeah, I first played when What Lies Ahead came out. That doesn't make me better. I'm not gatekeeping
Oh,
in this case.
So you played
obviously.
before me, but you played wrong all this time. It's all you.
No, it isn't. I'm sorry. This game matters nothing at all anymore. Do you know what's in the case? The case is the truth. Is the truth about where I'm supposed to put my archives when I'm playing Corp. That's what's in the case now. I don't care about anything else. Second click, I'm running HQ.
Funhouse. I know.
That's expensive.
Doesn't feel great.
No, but Phoenix kind of likes it. Well, it'll be so expensive. But I'll access 2 cards and knock one out of your hand, which is interesting. And flip you back over. That's quite expensive, but I might be able to recover. So I'll take a tag because of Funhouse. Okay. I will let the subroutine fire.
Yep.
Pay 4 to avoid taking a tag from that subroutine.
Sure. Then
I get to Mess Me, which costs me 4 to just break normally. Yep. So first of all, I gain a credit, and you trash 1 card from HQ, please. Then I'll access 2 cards from HQ. And of course that flips. Card number 1.
Copper research.
Number 2.
Touch-ups.
Cool.
Wish you had your Chrome on now, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yes, Funhouse is not wonderful against Rio, but it does expensive.
It does expensive.
6 credit.
You want to find out what that thing you tossed is. Maybe you were trying to protect something.
Possible.
That'd be kind of fun.
I don't have anything here.
Yeah, I know. So
I have no credits that it needs.
I do have a tag, which I don't like having. But have I seen it? I haven't seen anything yet that hurts because of tags.
But I have no credits, so I cannot res this. It says looking pointedly over.
Yeah.
I have no credits. There we go.
Right. Game of Droids, like, I mean, obviously there's always a third option, which is the worst option, and that we can gatekeep.
Or you can yell at Nick on Neon Static for having his archives always rotated 80 degrees.
Oh, Neon Static is someone else who gets burned if of your potential ban list suggestions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend 2 on a Conturga breakout and run archives.
Sure.
So
your run is successful, as I'm not.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put a Mentor back into hand.
Sure.
See what the top card is, please. That R2.
It's a petty cash.
Nice. And then lastly, I'll just install a fermenter. Back to you.
Right. Mandatory draw.
So it would seem.
Pick 1, I'll draw. Pick 2, I'll play a predictive planogram.
Nice.
To gain me 3 credits.
4 cards in hand, by the way, just in case that matters suddenly.
That's a good call. And I will gain a credit, which then will also gain me a credit as I flip over because I needed the help. Here we go.
So, Mark is R&D.
Yep. That'll be a spicy meatball to get into too.
Remind me, for subroutines, like the runner loses 3 credits. It doesn't say if able, like that old token.
Then you lose as much as
I lose as much as I can.
And of course, if I pop the subroutine here, pop the advancement token back.
Quick one, draw.
Yep.
2 draw. 3 clear tag. 4 install. Our buddy, Paladin Playmate.
I was wondering if you were just going to go tag me.
I do.
My draw is mandatory.
But your rhymes aren't.
Let's... We're going to install and gain 2 credits.
It's up. I will roll them bones and see that I've arrived at HQ. And of course, you get thingy.
Paladin Playmoon. Cheese and water.
One draw.
She will crack my ice on her tummy.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
I have no idea if that's being picked up by the mic set. I'm playing this mostly as an education for myself.
2 credit.
Yep.
3.
The
Winning.
twining.
I might as well use the paladin credit because I'm not going to use it elsewhere.
Yep.
I know that doesn't allow me to charge up the twinning.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way things go.
That's
So
fine.
I'm going to live with it. And lastly, I'm just going to take credit.
Sure.
Wait for that fermenter to tick up, and then maybe we'll do something interesting.
Mandatory draw.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
alt-arted cards always feel like they're just on the chopping block. I do think the companions, obviously, especially Fencer Fueno.
A purge.
Okay. A petty purge. I like it.
Yep. Here you go.
Again, one.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it this way. Because I can. I hedge fund and then I purge.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
I did not realize I could do that.
Okay, and then I gain 1. I
Yeah.
roll the die. 3 is R&D. Must feel real smart right now.
Kind of, not really. I feel sort of dumb, if I'm being honest with you. I don't think that the companions are worth banning. I think Hashiko's worth banning, and then the companions are still, I think, fine. To be honest.
I think quick one will install a Botulus.
Sure.
Uh,
Right here.
I'll put it on the Messney. Now, what are you moving?
Yeah.
Twinning will gain a counter.
Hmm.
2 will draw. You always draw a second quick. It's the best time to start.
That's time.
You've got 10 credits. Which is a good amount.
It's a fair amount. Yeah.
And you get report.
Mhm.
I could make my way in.
Good.
Try to.
Okay, let's give you a big chungus. People can see.
Sure. Just 1, 2.
For people who are just tuning in, are you going to America's Continentals, or do you know someone who's going to America's Continentals? Because you want these.
Oh,
You want these ceramic, sublimated, dyed tokens. 60 for a 1-player set, 100 for a 2-player set. Got everything you need to play. All of it. You won't even need dice, although you can use dice if you want.
You probably would use dice.
But these are wonderful. They will have edge printing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't right now.
That'll be
because
like
they're prototype.
stripes. Is that what
It'll be black with the name of the chip
Oh my God.
surrounding it. And if it's a 2-sided chip like tag and core, then it'll have tag and then core will be flipped. So whichever one's right side up is what we'll read.
Nice. That's awesome. But I think that like the time to purchase is coming soon because you do have to put the order in for the sets. I will put an order in soon as I
Fantastic.
know I need to do. Yeah, they're really cool.
Yeah, they're great and they sound great and they feel great.
Yeah, and you said they're made ceramics, which is
They're ceramics.
basically like having a couple of my teeth in your hands at all times.
Yeah, so there you go.
Or the space shuttle.
Right? They're ceramics, which, believe me, you can tell they're a little bit lighter than the really heavy chips. Trust me, you won't miss the weight, especially if you're lugging 60 of these around. It actually makes quite a difference in terms of what you're carrying, but they feel better. They are casino quality chips.
I'm gonna take 2 more credits back to you.
Right. Let's see. Mandatory draw. Okay.
Will you have any extras at like the art colony table, or you're not going to bother getting extras?
Likely.
Okay.
Likely I will, but it's your best chance is
Yeah,
to order them.
like you won't have many. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the artist colony at Continentals.
Me too.
I'm excited for that.
I'm going to install here and gain. So It'll cost me this.
Mm-hmm.
I'll gain a credit,
Mm-hmm.
and I will. Sure, I'm going to advance this Messney. Here you go.
Set. Die. Die says archives. You get counter. Person hand.
5.
Nice number. Nice number you got there. It would be a shame if something were to happen to you.
Be a shame if something were to happen to it. But you are playing Phoenix, so I'm prepared for this eventuality.
Mm-hmm. Quick one, let's run archives. Let's just do it. Let's just run archives.
Sure.
Poke and prod. Build is done.
Broken and Podden. It's a fun house.
Cool. I'll let it end the run.
Screech. Damn you for making me put ice on
Yeah,
archives.
that's the Phoenix magic. Let's see though. Let us see.
They're also just designed to be very readable from both sides of the table. It's immediately clear what these are.
It has been well sealed.
Color coded. Hey, it's Lucille. It has been a while, Lucille. We had a transit strike, which made it difficult for us to run things at this time of day. And then that might still keep happening, but for now it's not.
We got 3 credits. I'll take 2 more, and I owe you a card.
Sure.
I'll owe you a Virtuoso.
Turn draw.
Thank you, Grace. Lucille. Someday, enough other people will get that. When the world is just, and people play their frickin' CanCon games already.
I'll install on gain 2 credits. Here we go.
Install and gain 2 credits, you said?
Mm-hmm.
How intriguing. Oh, and you get one. Can I check this? It's R&D. Well, quick one. I'll check that.
I'm not resing this.
I am trashing.
Yep.
Even though that puts your Oppo research online.
Sure does.
I think I'm fine with this.
Lucille, UK Nats sounds like it'd be super awesome. And yes, I will enjoy you watching the VOD on the trip.
You draw.
I would love to play in a UK Nats one day.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I keep thinking like that would be a fun thing
Yeah.
to plan a vacation around. Yeah, thank you, Stephen. Stephen is with us. Stephen, there is a long thread on GLC about 1,000 times resist. Wouldn't have to worry about dropping these on the floor.
No. I mean, not any more than anything else. They're not fragile. Like, I wouldn't whip them at the floor. But they would be fine.
Sorry, I'm in a bit of a bind.
You are 4-2. You steal another next big thing. You won the game.
I'm just stealing our next big thing. I'll just win the game. But I do have a bunch of accesses on deck. Ready to go. Okay.
Got 2 counters sitting on your paladin.
I'm pretty sure I can do
This
I'm pretty sure I can do this. I know that's what you always want to hear your opponent say. I think I can use the paladin to install another paladin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that, which then picks this up.
Picks up your twang, yeah.
And lastly, I'm going to pop the fermenter to gain 6.
Well, no purge for me then. Mandatory draw.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to use this. So I get to draw 4 cards.
Thank you, Meethair. There we go. Wondering why the next most big thing has remained unclear. Now, we do have at least one YDL.
No, we don't.
Ooh.
We wish we did, but we do not.
I think Paladin is the only non-companion. It's not non-companion. Yeah.
And it's just shuffle in, right? Shuffle any number of cards in HD and R&D.
Can you shuffle any number of cards from HQ and R&D? Yes.
I will gain 2 credits and pass the check.
In that case, this ticks up. Paladin 2.0 gets a thingy. 6 is Archives. And I'll wait until you're finished shuffling before I make my move.
Make it. Make it.
One. Install banner. The card I never get to install.
Hey,
Plus
we
me
like
actually-
the banner.
3. This ticks up. 2. I'm gonna run R&D. Let's run R&D. You've got 7. 7 to your name.
How many clicks do you have?
That's my second.
This is your second click? What is a ping?
Figured. Take a
Get
tag.
tagged.
Tag more. Now's the real question. Like, is it time to go tag? Might be too soon. Might be too aggressive to go tag. But damn, would it be fun?
I don't disagree with you.
You have 5 cards in hand.
5.
One's 5. Playing with my toes.
Listen, the secret of streaming, the thing that Andre never wanted you to find out, is that no one wears pants.
Yeah, that's true. We're all laced up from the waist up here.
Yep.
I'll spin 2.
You'll banner it.
I'm bannering the ping,
Okay.
so I don't break it, but the Serpentine fires and then simply refuses to end the run.
That's correct. Will you continue?
Yeah.
No, it's...
All right, I'll get there to the Mess and Chespo.
We'll pop this to make you use 3.
I will break 2 Serpentines.
Yep.
And then on success, I gain a credit and I force you to discard 1 card from hand.
Which I will do.
Then I'll access 3 cards from R&D, please.
Could end the game just right here.
Yeah.
1,
Keep it.
2.
Steal. It's another false lead.
Okay.
Puts a thing on Paladin before I forget.
3.
Keep it.
So you got 1 more agenda point, your own 5.
Okay. Why am I feeling okay? I have no good reason to. Okay, 3. I'm being silly. I'm gonna be silly. Let's run archives.
Sure. Funhouse.
I'll take 2 tags.
Yep.
Also, I'll see that card, and then I will breach HQ.
Napo research.
Okay. I'll access 2 cards from HQ, please. I had 1 remaining on the twins.
That's a business as usual. That's a touch-up.
That's too bad. That's too bad. And then I'll draw a card back to you.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. Touch-ups. It's advanced these messages.
Mm-hmm.
So with touch-ups...
Place 2 advancements on 1 installed card.
Okay.
Okay.
I will name event.
Okay.
Or, yeah, it is event.
So you look at my hand.
I look at your hand, and then I choose up to 2 revealed cards of that type, and then you shuffle them into your stack. So that's a steel skin scarring, which we definitely don't want. That's a price that we definitely don't want. Pass that back to you.
What's going to happen next, John?
And then I'll blow you the fuck up. What's going to happen? End of the line.
The fate of all Canadians in Netrunner
That's true.
is to be line ended. GG.
See, I wanted to do an alternate line for America Cons that would involve a Canadian just like surviving.
Oh yeah,
Like running away, like crossing a finish line, like I did it.
Yeah. Like
he did spend a 20 count.
yes, I did use.
I had nothing.
I used 20 twice.
So for me, this is a fun house, by the way.
Sure.
For me, the issue is I just never drew into any agendas except for this one. So
yeah,
the next big thing, which I ditched.
So
Petty,
you did ditch the next. Did you ditch the next big thing strategically?
Where
or
are
was
all the goddamn? There's an agenda, which I can't use. There's an agenda, which I can't use. So they're just all sitting at the bottom.
No. So did you trash that first next big thing strategically?
No. Well, okay, semi-strategically. I was hoping that I would, that you would just not check. Because,
Yeah, sometimes that is the way, honestly.
But also, if you did check, I was like, okay, well, that'll help me out. But I always had something. It's like, I wanted to stabilize economy, and I was getting there. And then eventually I was like, I need to do something, because all you need to do is find one next big thing and the game's over. But I just could not. The thing is, it did let me draw into the end of the line that I needed.
Yeah,
I had the touch-ups and the oppos,
Mm-hmm.
but I needed something to finish it out.
Have you seen the APOC end of the line?
I have.
That's the one.
I'm very jealous of it.
Yeah, it looks great. Like
I wish I could get it.
That's the one with Reina Roja being blown away.
Yes,
She's like,
it's
I'm here to play
amazing.
chess.
It is amazing. I love it.
Someone brought a gun to a chess match.
Yeah. The thing is, that card I absolutely adore, but I cannot make it to APAC. Which
yeah, I always get serious FOMO, and then here I am being super excited that Montreal has totally unique alt arts for their Continentals.
Not only are you getting the normal prizes for
tell us about the prizes
for Continentals.
Yeah,
you're also getting there are at this point the early bird is over, but there are 2 other alt arts that we've commissioned that you will be able to get.
Yes, Checkmate is very funny. Big
Checkmate is so good. So who is the other person on who is with Reina? I didn't recognize the character.
It's Evil Ken. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, in addition to the normal prizes, there's still 2 exclusive alt arts to Continentals that you can potentially get. There's also additional prizes. Our own local Cullen, who is print artificer over on Etsy, has exclusive click trackers that are for Continentals. So you'll be able to meet the artist who designed and printed them.
You can get your click trackers signed. I don't know.
Generic Corpo Hitman. No, that guy's
such thing.
That guy's getting a thing. So the Continentals cards are Petty Cash by Laurent Duhamel, who is a local artist. The Sting by Scott Dominga, I'm not certain. I believe that was the early bird special. So the Sting is out, but Transfer of Wealth by Adam S. Doyle. If you like Adam S. Doyle's art, it's right there.
Hello. And of course, if you like Cullen's work, like these are the tokens I've been using, and I'm a big fan of these.
Yeah, Phoenix Wrong, I think, is the right word for it.
Phoenix Wrong.
Definitely, I think that's quite clear. And genuinely, there are other prizes that are available that haven't even been announced yet.
What?
Yeah, I know. Right? We're filling this thing. Thing's going to be streamed.
Yep.
Who's going to be on that stream? Well, I am. Patrick is.
And a special guest?
Eric from Neon Static.
Eric from Neon Static.
Coming up.
Honestly, this feels absurd. I can't believe we haven't sold out of all our tickets yet.
We should be selling out of our tickets, which means you need to go. It'll be the largest event in North America this year. It's the Americas, so thing is, I don't actually know how many people show up for events in South America, but still, it'll be the largest in North America at least this year.
We are in the same time zone as Rio de Janeiro, so
that is very true.
You don't have to adapt.
We're pulling out all the stops to make it a really special event. Come on up to Canada. We love all of you, and we will be glad to see you.
Please join us and support our economy.
Yeah.
Also buy video games. Oh God, buy video games.
Yeah, please buy some video games. That would really help us.
Yeah.
Especially today.
Yeah.
Especially.
Today was a rough day for video games.
Today is pretty rough.
Folks.
Now here's the thing.
I know.
Performance can mean several things. It could mean how you beat me, but today you did not.
No.
It could be that you entertained us. And maybe that performance is all that matters.
But I didn't.
You asked for every ticket at America's Continentals to sell.
I did actually kind of set myself up for.
So I'm going to ask the producer
here.
Did he deserve to win the case? Is his performance good enough to get
producer.
this prize?
Producer, look me in the producers picking their head sideways, which I think means yes in Australia.
No.
No.
Last time you got a kilt. Be happy.
Yeah, that's true. That was a pretty fun kilt. Thank you for turning off the stream before I actually put that on.
Oh.
Were we supposed to turn that off?
Folks.
Yeah.
There's a new ban list coming up in 2 weeks. Drop your hot takes. I'm curious to know what you think, but really appreciate it for everybody who came in, who tuned in. Sorry that we took a little bit of time off. Hopefully we won't continue having a strike. Special thanks to you, of course. Patrick Sklar, you are the narrative director of Null Signal Games.
That's why they call me Patrick, nickname Sklar.
And just thank you, of course, to your team as well. Thanks for the great work you did in Elevation. We look forward to more.
I look forward to showing you more.
I hope that one day you get to win your chance back, play for something else from the producer again.
I would love it. And now I'm going to climb back into my cage, and you can lock the doors, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
See you next time.
Bye, everybody.